and vetiver. I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Dossier. Anyway, is Tom Cherry. Tom Cherry. Your very own layering products. That just sounds stupid. Don't start. Don't start. Lay down. Be a good girl. Lay down. My opinion. What the fuck are you doing? Soft, powdery. How many times can I say that, Holly? Get it together. Get it. Tom. Sweet Jesus. Hey, how are ya? How have you guys been doing? Welcome to my channel. Yes, it's been a little bit. Now we see why. Yeah, so it's been a rough couple of weeks. I had to have my second disc replacement, hence the absence and the beautiful scarring. Gross, I know, but it is what it is. Anyway, I am back. First of all, let's get into a huge deal for me. Everybody knows I have been partnered with Dossier, and they are a wonderful, beautiful, amazing company. They're the ones that reached out to me first before any other companies took a chance and believed in me. They wanted to partner with me. For those of you that have watched my channel, I'm sure you know who they are, what they do, what they represent. But for those of you that are new, hello, I am Holly. Welcome to my channel. Dossier is a company that takes your favorite fragrances, your favorite high-end, super expensive, oh my God, that's ridiculous, fragrance prices, and offers you an almost identical fragrance for a much lower price. Dossier is coming out with a brand new program or a new way to look at fragrances. They reached out to me and asked me, here's our idea. Would you like to get the word out on your channel? Would you be interested in it? I'm never obligated to do it. I don't get anything from it. I give a discount code, but I make nothing off of it. So it is always a choice. Dossier is going to start a layering program, which is where you take one of your favorite fragrances or the keys of that fragrance that you love and another fragrance that may be just a little warmer, a little softer, a little more floral, and you layer the two together. They sent me some fragrances for me to try out to see which ones that I thought that were good, that went together well. And here is two of my favorite layerings. My first favorite pairing is Oriental Oak Moss, which is the counterpart or the one that smells like Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle. Now this one has, I am reading the notes, so just, I am what I am. You accept me, and I can't remember shit by myself, okay? Moving along. This one is a little bit more spicy, a little bit of a stronger fragrance. It is a fragrance that you know when you smell it on somebody. I wanted to pair that with something a little softer, so I went with Powdery Hawthorn. And that is the dupe for Tom Ford's Metalique. That one, just like it says, it is more powdery, it is softer, and it just goes so well with the Oriental Oak Moss because it takes that soft feminine feel from the oak moss and just dyes it down a little. Oh, God, I love that smell. I pair these two together to create my own unique, spicy, powdery, soft fragrance. Then, my favorite fragrance of all time is Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. So, obviously, I went with Oriental Cherry from Dossier. That one, oh my God, is it is such a unique fragrance. I literally cannot explain it other than a mixture of, like, anybody that has ever tried, what is it, Japanese cherry blossom or something like that from Bath and Body Works. It takes that deepness and then throws in like black cherries, if that is a way to help you understand that fragrance. Anyway, I paired that one with Ambery Saffron, which is a deeper fragrance because Lost Cherry, while it is wonderful on its own, it is a lighter fragrance. So sometimes it doesn't have the longest wear time. Topping that with the Ambery Saffron somehow just pulls it through to make it last to the end of the day. That one is the dupe for MFK's Baccarat Rouge. I literally wish I could just take this off and put it inside the camera so that you guys could smell it. Those are my personal favorite combinations. Right now, they are having a holiday sale, which is an amazing sale. It is anywhere from 20 to 40% off. You buy 3 perfumes, you get 20% off. 4 gets you 25. 5 gets you 35% off. And 6 gets you 40% off, as well as my code. I believe you can pair it with my code, which is another 10% off, guys. So again, I make nothing off of this. This is strictly my gift to you guys. Speaking of gifts, I want you guys to be able to experience this company without having to spend the extra money at Christmas. I am going to be choosing one of you to create your very own layering combination. All you have to do is comment Dossier down in the comments, and I will be choosing one of you to pick any 2 from the site, and I will send them to you as my gift for watching. Like I said, just comment Dossier down in the comments. I am just going to reply that you are the one that has won, and then have you give me a way to get in contact with you. So I hope that this was something that gives you ideas for yourself, an idea for a Christmas gift, and if not, maybe just an idea for a gift from me. Today's video. It's going to be a little bit controversial, but listen, I woke up in a mood this morning. A mood. I don't know why. I just woke up and I was fiery. So I was like, today is the day that we're going to make this video that I've been thinking about making for a while. And it is going to be my opinion on some controversial brands. Will I buy from them? How do I feel about it? Basically, I am going to be telling you what I feel is controversial about them. I know that there are several things that could be considered controversial about many of these brands, but what is it that may piss me off about some of these brands? And we're just going to lay it all out on the table today, guys. Okay? So let's start with probably one of the biggest, and that is, say it with me, guys, Morphe. Morphe is in a constant controversy. I feel like no matter what they release, it is some kind of opinion. Somebody has some feels on it. Somebody has something to say about it. And I don't feel that it is entirely without merit. I have not bought from Morphe in probably a year. Maybe, I think the last thing I bought from them was their mascara. And it is for a reason. No, I do not support Morphe. We're going to leave Jacqueline Hill out of this because that's a whole separate thing. We're leaving the Jacqueline Hill controversy to the side for now. I'm going to just go off of, let's start with Jeffree Star. They pulled Jeffree Star's products because of some issues that Jeffree Star has had in his past. I get it. I don't support Jeffree Star's brand. I don't support what Jeffree Star stands for, not only because of what he's done in the past, but just because of the drama. I am not a drama channel. I don't like it. I'm not a drama person. It makes me feel gross. It makes me feel icky. It gives me hives and makes me want to puke. You know, you get a feel from somebody and it is, you almost can feel if they're genuine. And when it comes to Morphe, they are not it for me. They're just not it for me. But what really put the icing on the cake is how they handled the Jeffree Star situation versus how they handled the James Charles situation. Okay, Jeffree Star said some very inappropriate shit in his past, and I don't condone it. I don't support it. I know bits and pieces of it. I know enough to form somewhat of an opinion. But then you bring in James Charles. He has just had allegation after allegation of inappropriateness with minors. And that's where I draw the line. That's some pretty serious shit. And if my opinion is, if this was a normal man or a normal woman walking down the street that was condoning and conducting themselves this way, they would be under investigation or in jail. However, you walk into any Ulta store or you go online and guess who you see? James Charles palette, even though Morphe has said in the past that they are no longer going to support James. Morphe, for me, big, hard, huge pass. Next, let's move on to Hourglass. Hourglass has been under heat for shade selection, for pricing with the palettes, with, you know, inclusion of everybody as far as like not just liquid, but their powder products. We are in an age, it is 2021, we're going into 2022. If you own a cosmetic brand and you cannot include the lightest of lights all the way up to the darkest of darks in your shade range, in my opinion, you shouldn't have a cosmetic brand. I understand it if it's a smaller brand and they're just starting out. It's harder to come out with multiple shade ranges. It's harder to come out with, you know, such a broad spectrum. It's not right, but I can understand it more. However, Hourglass is a company that is charging $135 some dollars for a little 5-pan palette of eyeshadow. And if you can charge that, but you can't be inclusive with your shade range, something's just not adding up to me. And that's just my opinion. And it's a huge shame because I love Hourglass products. I haven't bought anything since the palette launch. I love their eyebrow pencils. I love their ambient lighting powders. I love their blushes. But I'm sorry, that to me just made me sick when I saw the prices of the palettes. And then there's an ongoing problem with not being able to include shades for everybody to be able to enjoy your brand. And I will continue to not buy from them until I see an active effort on their part to change the problem. Next, let's talk about Gucci, shall we? Let's talk about Gucci. Okay, so I tried a few things from Gucci. In my opinion, Gucci is ridiculously overpriced for what you get. I have tried their bronzer and I have tried their powder, and that was enough for me because those two combined were about $130, I believe. And that's ridiculous because the powder was muddy, it skipped, and I was not a fan of it. The shade range sucked. The powder, it was okay, but it was nothing to merit the $50, $60 price that you pay. The packaging is beautiful. The new palette that they just came out with, that palette was gorgeous and I wanted it. But again, it was 130 some dollars. And I'm just like, eh. Then let's take a look at the product that they just released, the powder that they just released. Do we remember that shade range that they released? That shitty shade range? Again, let's reverse back to what I said about Hourglass. You can charge that much for an eyeshadow palette, but you can only come out with this as far as a shade range when it comes to a product. I don't understand. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Because we revert back to what was a smaller brand at first, say Fenty, when Rihanna first started Fenty. Do you remember the insane shade range that she released? It was one of the most incredible and inclusive shade ranges from a brand that I think I've ever seen. And I'm sure she had backers. However, it was a new line. You didn't know if it was going to fail, if it was going to be a huge success. But you know what? She still included enough shades. I think it was what, 50 some shades to include for everyone. It's just, as a makeup artist myself, my brain can't compute how big makeup brands cannot understand this. End of story. Case closed. My fourth and final controversy. And this is where I could maybe get myself in some trouble because while I do have opinions on this, I also see the other side of the story. And that is Miss Jacqueline Hill. Okay, Jacqueline, let's go all the way back to her Morphe days. First launch, wonderful. It went great. Second launch was her Jacqueline Hill palette, the white one. It was beautiful. It was perfect. Then it started to go a little bit downhill. I bought the lipsticks. I bought the vaults. I get it. I got those products. My personal products did not have those issues, But I've seen the pictures, I've watched the videos, I've read the articles, I've watched her videos, and I don't think she is without fault. Not for 1 second. I think that the heat that she got was somewhat deserved. I understand. However, let's fast forward to the release of her liquid lipsticks or her cheek products, her highlighters. Those were somewhat more of a success. But there was still this there a community of non-stop people bringing up her lipstick situation. There has to be a line drawn where you've got to let it go, stop supporting her, and move on, or choose to continue supporting her, trust in her, and see how it goes. The things that I see still said on every single thing she posts makes me sick to my stomach. To hear the constant comments over and over and over again, it is really seriously damaging to your mental health. I cannot imagine having the platform that she has and always being reminded of one of your biggest failures. I understand that she needs to be held reliable for her issues, but I also think that the people that are commenting, not all of them are commenting with the best of intentions. They're commenting to be hateful. And that is where the line needs to be drawn, guys. We need to remember she's still a person. And as a person, she still has feelings. These kinds of actions are what can drive people over the edge. That can drive people to the point of feeling like, what's the point? Nothing I ever do is going to be good enough. I've been at that point, and I it honestly, part of it breaks my heart for her. I don't think that there is ever a thing that she has done that she's gone into it with the intentions of, I'm going to go in and I'm going to fail. I'm going to make this product and I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I don't care what anybody thinks about me as long as I make my money. Because nobody wants that. Everybody wants to succeed. If she's investing her time and whatnot into a project, she's going to want to succeed. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make excuses for anything that she's done in the past. I'm just trying to say that there has to be a point where people let go of the past. If you're still following her or commenting on her stuff and you don't support her and you're only commenting to comment negative comments about her past or the things that you don't like that she's done, unfollow. Bye. Leave the hatred out of it. That's all I'm saying. My ear itches. What was I going to say? I feel like no matter what Jacqueline does as a brand, I feel like people are rooting for her to fail. And that has to be the way she feels. And to put myself in her shoes, Jesus, I would have given up a long time ago, but she's still trying. Like she's still, trying to succeed at something. And part of me feels for her. And that's my opinion. And as a person, I'm allowed to have that opinion. And I know that that might not make some of my viewers happy. It might make me lose some likes. It might make me gain some likes, but I don't really care. This is just how I feel. And this is what sparked this entire video. I know that some YouTubers are even scared to talk about her because they don't want to start controversy, and that's not fair. I feel like as YouTubers, we are people and we should be able to have opinions. One of Mel's videos, she talked about loving her under eye setting palette, but she was scared to talk about it because she didn't want to upset anybody. And that's just bullshit, guys. You know, we're all humans and we should be able to talk about whatever we want. And unless it's harmful to somebody, unless it's hateful to somebody, then we should be able to talk about it as people, as humans, you know. We don't all share the same opinion, and that is the beautiful part of life. But I did not, I knew I was going to get hung up on that subject for a little bit. So I'm going to just step down from my soapbox. I just hope that you guys can understand where I was coming from, not just on Jacqueline in general, but on all these brands. These are just my opinions. I hope you guys can watch this video just with some understanding that we're all different. You don't share my opinion, and that's okay. You know, I may not share your opinion, and that's fine, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to like me. Okay, guys, would you like to see something that might make you a little bit happier if you weren't happy with something I said? Hold on.
Yes, gracious. I know.
No licky mommy's faces. Say hi. Allie, do you have any opinions you want to share? You have anything you want to say? Nothing? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.